There are less than a dozen of them still flying. Consider more than 12,000 were built. The men who flew these B-17s into combat during World War II, at least those who are left, are now in their mid to upper 90s. And when the last of the people are gone, this tiny fleet of airplanes, with all of their noise and the smell of exhaust and oil, will be the closest thing we have to a piece of history that feels alive.
It's a magic airplane. All he has to do is fly over the airport, and suddenly there's a crowd. Don
Keller's been a fan of the B-17 since he watched a pair converted into water bombers help put out wildfires when he was a kid. Now he works to restore them.
Having these things around where they are a living, breathing machine, it can make that connection because there's nothing like the sound of that 9-cylinder radio.
Bruce Strange retired from Boeing, the company that designed it.
A lot of emotion. It's the connection with their parents. Some of them didn't come back, but there's a lot of emotion with these aircraft when you see it.
The Madras Maiden is based in eastern Oregon. The good news is that more of these old birds are taking to the skies because of nonprofit organizations like the Liberty Foundation, which operates this one and is restoring 2 more to flying condition. Ray Fowler's job is flying airliners for Delta and F-16s in the National Guard. He volunteers to fly the B-17 at air shows.
And I love it, just because of the history, you kind of connect with the people that flew them.
It now falls onto the shoulders of those whose fathers and grandfathers flew them into aerial battle with just a thin skin of aluminum separating them from the flak. And the Rosie the Riveters back home who built them at record speed.
And for me too, there's a connection with this airplane because my grandfather was in England during World War II, and he was responsible as an officer for all of the parts to rebuild these airplanes, at least the ones that made it back after they were shot up.
People come out and they want to see these airplanes continue to fly.
There is no seat like the nose seat. But to keep this perspective available takes money. It can cost nearly $5,000 an hour to keep a flying fortress in the air, which is why the Madras Maiden will make more than 40 air show stops this season to help bring in money. A season that begins here at Boeing's Renton factory, which has its own World War II history. In Renton, Glenn Farley, King 5 News.